Hey Soul fam, Psychic Amy here, popping on today to share with you some of the ways that I cope with my own anxiety, particularly with obsessive or intrusive thoughts. This used to be a really big problem for me, and as I've dealt more with my triggers and my shadows, it has become less of a problem. But nonetheless, I wanted to share some tips and techniques that you can use to deal with obsessive and intrusive thoughts for yourself. First and foremost, the most important thing to do when you've got obsessive and intrusive thoughts going on is to recognize the obsessive thoughts. Start by acknowledging that these thoughts are obsessive and they're not productive. That is very, very important, is to acknowledge that these thoughts are not productive. Recognizing them can often be the first step towards managing the impact of those obsessive and intrusive thoughts in your life. Another really great tip is to label them. And so when you're experiencing an obsessive thought, label it as such. So we want to acknowledge and have awareness, and we want to also be able to accurately and without guilt, grief, or shame label the fact that this is an obsessive thought and it is not productive. Doing so can help you to create distance between you and the thought, thus reducing its power over you. Refocusing your attention is another great thing that you can do to minimize the impact of obsessive and intrusive thoughts on yourself. Mindfulness, being present, which we've talked quite a bit about in previous videos. Distraction is also very important. Engaging in activities like going for a walk or playing a sport or something that requires your full attention can help you to refocus yourself away from that obsessive or intrusive thought. A couple of other ways that you can also work through obsessive or intrusive thoughts. One would be to limit reassurance seeking. This is something that unfortunately I did too, is I would have this obsessive thought and then I would want to reach out and get somebody to reassure me that I was okay with my obsessive thought. And the fact of the matter is that having that need for reassurance just sort of continually reinforced the thoughts for me anyways. And so limiting your reassurance seeking is a really important approach to dealing with obsessive thoughts. Setting aside worry time is also a wonderful way that you can deal with this. I often joke I've got a lot of Capricorn energy in me and we schedule our breakdowns, and so setting aside time for you to I guess indulge in that obsessive thought, but at a very brief or for a very brief period of time can help you sort of postpone the obsessive thoughts that you're feeling in the moment. Being mindful, again, being present, being fully here rather than the future or in the past also helps with obsessive thoughts. Journaling, writing things down where you can express these thoughts rather than keeping them bottled up can help. Last but not least, there are several forms of therapy out there that is specific to helping with obsessive thoughts, intrusive thoughts. Getting a wonderful therapist, getting a coach, getting support, again, not reassurance seeking, but somebody that can help you to identify your obsessive thoughts and work through them is one of the best tools that you have at your disposal. Let me know if you thought that these were helpful for you. Sending you all my very best around obsessive thoughts.